All right, everybody, it's Coach Mark at the park again with you guys, bringing you today's workout. So it's Monday, and yeah, let's go for it. I don't have anybody helping me out on demo today, so I will be demoing and explaining what you're going to be doing. So starting with your 5 to 6 minute warm-up. Again, you got your station. You're going to place your cone about 20 steps from your stations, as always. For the sake of this video, it's obviously closer than 20 steps. Make it a little bit easier. So let's go over it, you guys. First thing you're gonna do in your warm-up is you're simply gonna jog to your cone and then jog back. All right, very nice and easy to get it started. Second thing we're doing is that we're gonna go for a quad stretch and an arm reach. So I'm gonna grab my leg here, stretch the quad and reach overhead. Now when you're gonna alternate sides. When you're doing that, you guys, you want to make sure that your lower back isn't overly extended, so you want to keep the core engagement and keep your body in a straight position here. Okay, you get to your cone, you can either back pedal back, or you can do the exact same thing on the way back. That's up to you on this one. Number 3, we're gonna go for some punches and jog. So you're gonna jog and punch and punch. 1 2 1 2 1 2. Once you get to your core, we're going back. Now we got the punches in, let's get the kicks in. So for this one, you're gonna be stretching your hamstring on this one. Be careful not to go too high if you don't have the mobility, right? So you're gonna simply kick and switch, kick and switch, all the way to your cone. And once you get to your cone, you can either back pedal again or do the same exact thing on the way back, all right? Come into number 5. So this one is gonna be a hopping movement. It's really gonna start getting your heart rate up. You're gonna drop down wide and then come up narrow. So I'm dropping down wide, but I'm still moving forward as I drop down at the bottom of the squat and then come narrow at the top. So all the way to your cone. And then on this one, you guys, we're simply gonna jog it back afterwards, okay? At this point, you should be around 4 minutes, okay? So we should finish our warm-up with this next move. If you have more time, you can start it over. But this next move, we're gonna do it 2 rounds. It's gonna be hops. From left to right, you're hopping until you reach your cone. We're on the ball of the foot, and then you're gonna hop back to your station. So did this for 2 rounds. If there's another 30 seconds, maybe add a 3rd round in, just to get your 5 to 6 minute warm-up. Now that we're done with the warm-up, let's go into our first block. That first block, you're gonna time yourself for 10 minutes, okay? So here are the movements. We're gonna start it off with an iso lunge. You pick which leg you wanna start with at the front. So drop down low on the lunge, keep this position strong, and then you're going lateral raise. 8 reps on that first move. And actually, everything's gonna be 8 reps on that first block. Then switch legs, drop down at the bottom of the lunge again, keep that core engagement, and go into 8 front raises. Option for the raises, if your shoulders are not up for it right now, you can do some curls at the bottom of that position. And if the lunge is a little challenging, you can also squat, hold that squat position, and do your raises from the bottom squat position. So those are your first 2 movements. Number 3, we're gonna hinge at the hips, make sure you have a nice neutral spine, and it's a reverse fly, so you're gonna lift those arms out to the side, but you're gonna control the way down. So we're gonna 1 second on the way up, about 3 seconds on the way down. So 8 reps total. Finally, finishing with our double crunch. For this one, you guys, you want to try and keep pressing the lower part of your back against the floor the whole time, okay? Starting with your knees up, arms extended overhead, lower back against the floor. I'm gonna extend out as long as my lower back is touching and keep extending. Right here, my glutes are squeezed as well. Coming back to the center, and here we're adding a little reach towards the ceiling or reach towards the sky, okay? Just like you would a toe reach right here, lifting that upper back off of the floor. So again, kick it out, back to the center, and lift up. We got 8 total reps. So that's what you're gonna be starting with. Let's see, oh, I almost forgot one thing. At the end of that sequence, you guys, you're gonna back pedal to your cone and back. So back pedal to your cone, boom, and then back pedal back, okay? So every rep stays at 8, every exercise stays at 8 reps. You're backpedaling at the end of every round. Moving on to block number 2. So for block number 2, you guys, if you have a field like this, that would be perfect, like a soccer field. we're gonna be sprinting or running the long ends of the field, and then giving yourself a walking recovery on the shorter ends by the goal side over here on this field. So think of it as a push effort, and it's something that's gonna get you uncomfortable on the run, where your heart rate's up and where you recover from it on the short ends. So just so you get a visual here, let's pretend I'm sprinting this long end right there, coming to the end of it, and then walking the short end, recovering, I'm getting to the end of it, and then boom, going back into a sprint in the long end. So what I just showed you right there, you would do this for 6 minutes. You just keep going until you get 6 total minutes of that work and recovery. Next up, we'll move into block 3. That one's gonna be a mix of core work and upper and lower body at the same time. So you gotta engage your core in all the movements we're gonna show you right here. As far as the rep count goes, we're gonna keep you at 8 reps again, making it easy. So you got 3 movements. You're gonna stay at your station for 8 minutes. We're gonna stay there the whole time. There's no on and off the field for this one. So first movement is a clean to press. Very important with this movement. It's a 2-part movement. First part is to clean the weight. So bring it to your shoulder. Once it's at your shoulder, this is where you wanna make sure your abs are really engaged so that that weight's not pulling you to the side. We're nice and even here. Slight bend at the knees and drive up, press that weight overhead. So again, one fluid motion, clean the weight, bend, and press it overhead. For anybody that can't go overhead right now, an option is gonna be to squat and then finish into an upright row. So it's 8 reps on the one side, 8 reps on the other. Second movement, we're gonna hinge at the hips. Again, your core is gonna do a lot of work here for you to stay with your shoulders at the same level, your hips, your knees, because if you don't, you're just gonna let the weight pull you down. So here I'm fighting it, elbow by my side, and I'm completing a low row on one side for 8 reps, and then switching arms, getting another 8 count. Finally, you guys, for this one, for this last move, we're still working the core, and we're gonna work the chest at the same time. Now, it starts with your legs off of the floor and your upper back off the floor. So right now my core is engaged to hold this position. It's a hollow hold, and at the same time I'm doing 8 chest presses with both dumbbells on this one. Option, you can rest your feet down and keep your upper back off the floor, or the opposite, lift your legs and lay down with your upper back. Okay, so that's gonna be block number 3. We got 2 more for today. Block number 4, you guys. In this one, it would be better if you had a partner to kind of coach you through this one, because it's not only it's a power block where we're doing sprints, but it's also we're testing your reactivity. It's a quickness drill. So the way this works is you would have somebody telling you when to go. They would say go, and you would run from your station to the cone. Now you're gonna be starting in different positions. So you want the first run to be simply facing towards your cone, boom, go, you sprint to your cone, and then you sprint back. The second position that we're gonna do is you're gonna be seated and you're gonna be facing away from the cone. So from here, once your partner says go, or if you're on your own, once you decide to go, you wanna be quick, boom, turn, and sprint to your cone, and sprint back. Third one, we're gonna go in from your stomach. So you're gonna be laying on your stomach here. Again, and give yourself some time to recover, maybe 10 to 15 seconds to recover between those sprints, because if you're going non-stop, you're not going to be able to put the same intensity. So again, waiting on your partner to say go. Once they say go, boom, up, and go into the sprint to your cone and back. I believe we got 3 more, you guys. I believe we're at number 4. You're going to face away from the cone, standing. Once they say go, you just twist and you go to your cone. Number 5, we're gonna be seated again, but this time you're gonna face towards your cone. As soon as there's a go, boom, lift and go into it. Finally, you guys, last one, my favorite, you're on your stomach and you're facing away from the cone. So for the sake of the exercise, I'm gonna wait for Rich to say go, and when he says go, I'll go. 3, 2, 1, go. Boom. Going and sprinting back. Now one more thing, your partner doesn't tell you at 3, 2, 1, because you want the reaction drill, right? So they just say go, because if they count it down, you already know when it's coming. Alrighty guys, so that was our 4th block. You get your sprints in. You can add a couple rounds if you like that one. and then finish into your endurance focus block. So for this one, you're gonna be mainly at your station. You're gonna time yourself for about 8 to 9 minutes. First move you're gonna be doing is an alternated lateral lunge. We're gonna start like we did most of our exercises today at 8 reps, but this time we're gonna increase by 2 reps every round. So first one, it's gonna be an alternate lateral lunge. Step out wide to the side, lunge, that's rep 1, then switch side, bring your hips back. 2, 3, etc. until you get 8 reps. You can hold the weight if you wanna make it more challenging. Number 2 is gonna be a side plank crunch. You're gonna be doing reps on each side. So it's lifting the hips high and you're going elbow to knee for 8 reps on one side and then switch to the other side. Option, put the weight on the knee instead, lift your hips high again, elbow to knee here. And we've got a number 3. Sorry, I'm losing track here. Okay, number 3, we got the zottman curls. So you're gonna have your dumbbells here. Palms are facing you here. So palms are facing you, chest up, shoulders back, and you're gonna get a full 180 at the wrist and curl at the top. So 8 slow and controlled reps. And once you're done with that, you finish your round off with a shuffle all the way to your cone and a shuffle back. Boom. And then, like I said, you restart, adding 2 reps to every exercise. Shuffle stays the same. All right, guys, I hope oh, almost forgot, you guys. Once you're done timing yourself for 9 minutes, add a 1-minute plank. Time yourself and try to hold a 1-minute plank. If you need to drop to your knees, you can always do that. And that's gonna be the end of today's workout. Thanks for watching. Have a great one.